everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're getting fruity with some frogs while I give y'all a little update on what's been going on in my life. So sit back, relax, and let's get into it. For this month, I wanted to choose a theme that screams color and vibrancy. I've had this idea set in the back burner for a while because I was waiting for the right time to use the right medium for it. So this month, I'm turning various fruits into frogs. Why frogs, you may ask? I honestly don't know. I just thought that they'd be cute as fruits. And I'm choosing to do it now because I decided to finally treat myself to the 80 count and me acrylic marker set. And if you've been following me for the past few videos, all I've been talking about is whether or not I should buy this color set or not. And I finally committed to it, so now I have a lot of colors to work with for this theme, and I am so excited. The first frog we're starting with is a strawberry frog, giving it a strong red base and slowly adding lighter and lighter highlights until I start adding in the seeds. So just wanted to give you guys a little life update of what's been going on with me lately. Over the past month, I actually have been going out of town for almost an entire month, and while it was genuinely nice to step away for a bit, it completely threw off my content schedule. I had all these plans before leaving. I thought I was going to batch content ahead of time, stay organized, keep posting consistently, and that absolutely did not happen. I feel like whenever life shifts ever so slightly, suddenly online starts feeling 10 times harder to keep up with, especially when you run everything yourself. Filming, editing, posting, marketing, website design, product design, customer service. And recently I've been spending a lot more time focusing on the business side of things, especially because I finally started creating advertisement for my product, which honestly has been both exciting and terrifying at the same time, because when you start investing money into your own business, it suddenly feels a lot more real. Like, what if this works? But also, what if it doesn't? Which is where my mind has been teeter-tottering lately. With all this going on, I thought it would be fitting to channel it through my fruity frog theme, giving all my colorful energy into these adorable little creatures. And I figured I'd just give an update just to be transparent with you guys, and I'm also starting to just feel overall a bit more comfortable sharing a bit more of my life and see where it goes from here. What I love about this community is that I have a place where people understand what I'm going through, and it really allows me to be myself and enjoy what I do. So now I've got 3 fruity frogs down: strawberry, peach, and cherry. I was a bit iffy with the look of the peach and the cherry. I couldn't tell if they looked like they're fruit enough. But either way, I'm so happy with how all of them turned out. The enemy markers really made them all pop off the page with their colors. I'm wondering if you guys can figure out what this frog is supposed to be. So I'll give a couple of hints and you let me know in the comments when you figured it out. This fruity frog is considered pretty tropical. It has a very hairy exterior, as you can see that I'm trying to color and convey. This fruit can be a popular topping in desserts. And fun but not so useful fact, I don't particularly like this fruit that much unless it's in liquid form. If by now you guessed a coconut frog, you'd be correct. I really wanted different types of fruit in here besides all the basics, so I thought coconut would be pretty cool and unique, but it was kind of hard to figure out how to make it give off coconut energy without it looking like a crossbreed of a frog and a monkey. If there was a better way to make it look more like a coconut, please share it in the comments for me. Let's just say I did my best, guys, and we'll move on. After I finished coloring all the frogs, I felt that the spread looked overall kind of empty, like that Disney princess pink void where they're just floating in space. So just to help it ever so slightly, I'm going in with a blue marker to add a subtle blue background as a nod to the sky. That way it helps bring all the elements together and just make it look like it's all intentionally supposed to be there and not just tacked on. With my cover spread all completed and all 6 frogs all content on their branches, we can now move on to my calendar spread, which will really be an extension of the cover page because we got more frogs to color. For the spread, I'm keeping it all in the same overall vibe and layout as the cover page and just adding the calendar in there in a pretty simplistic way because I want the frogs to be the main characters here. So we're going to start with the dragon fruit frog. Not so fun fact, I never actually tried dragon fruit before. It's never really been a typical fruit in my household growing up, so I never really got the chance to try it. I will say it's definitely one of the prettier fruits I've seen, and I really wanted to do it justice on this frog. And I thought it would be pretty cool to make their feet look like the inside of the dragon fruit, so I'm going to make it white and add some black seeds in there to really give it the essence of dragon fruit. If you haven't noticed, from the cover page, I decided to opt out of a quote this month. My mind has kind of been all over the place lately, juggling between maintaining my social channels and trying to build up a small business that I couldn't really put into words, something that encapsulated my mental state at this very moment. So this month is kind of my attempt at resetting. Not perfectly, but intentionally. I've also been trying to figure out how to balance social media with actually building my business behind the scenes, because those are honestly 2 completely different jobs. Social media rewards consistency and visibility, but building a business requires a lot of invisible work that nobody really sees. Testing marketing strategies, planning launches, designing ads, worrying if it'll fail or not, which I do majority of the time. And sometimes I'll spend an entire day working, but have nothing visually exciting to post afterwards. And it goes against what I am. If I feel that I don't have anything to show for the work I've done, then I didn't really do any work. I think that's part of why I ended up taking a small step back from social media recently. Not because I wanted to quit creating, but because I genuinely needed the mental space to focus on the business side without feeling guilty for not constantly posting. And honestly, I think I needed that break more than I realized because I was starting to feel like I could never fully catch up. and eventually it just became mentally exhausting. So lately I've been trying to approach things differently, less pressure to do everything perfectly, more focus on consistency that's actually realistic for me long term, because I would rather grow slowly and sustainably than completely burn myself out trying to keep up with these impossible expectations. Changing gears now, we are now on our way to the fig frog here. You guys, I honestly don't know what I'm doing here right now. I've honestly somehow chosen two fruits I've never tried on my fruity layout, and fig is another one of them. I honestly didn't even know what they look like. I had to search them up. The most I've heard of figs is that they're in figgy pudding and fig noodles, unless that was only an iCarly thing. But when I searched up what figs looked like, they actually looked kind of pretty in this deep purple vibe with little streaks of pink hidden here and there. I thought the addition of purple really helps bring in more pops of color to the spread, and it was a nice change in pace with the way I was coloring the frog in this nice streaky texture just to change it up a bit. Overall, I'm really happy I chose this theme. I feel like with everything I've been juggling lately, I felt that my creativity had to take a step back for a minute. So it was really nice to channel it all back again through this theme and really push the boundaries on my skill and technique. It's very bittersweet to decide to start a small business all on your own because of how passionate you are with what you do, but it comes with all these hidden tasks and logistics that pulls you away from all of that. So it's moments like these where I'm in love with a theme and a spread, and I'm back to doing what I love, that it reminds me where it all started and to never lose sight of it. I'm so happy with how all these frogs turned out. If you haven't figured them out yet, we've got strawberry, peach, cherry, lemon, coconut, pineapple, dragon fruit, blackberry, watermelon, fig, blueberry, and finally orange. They're all really the main characters here, and the colors really help them shine. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening to my little updates of life thus far. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe and comment below which fruity frog is your favorite. Until next time, I'll see y'all in the next one.